What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the podcast. Hope you're all doing well. I am your host, Justin Harold, and with me, as always, my co-host, Adam, the Donkey Kong King,
It's
Esau.
me. I'm here, dude. I'm ready for Donkey Kong whenever that happens.
Too bad there wasn't any Donkey Kong in your Mario Rabbids
They had a
video
Donkey
today.
Kong DLC, so I'm cautiously optimistic, is what I'll say.
Optimistic. We are here to talk about the first day of E3. We had
A first
Ubisoft.
official day, yeah.
Yeah, we had Ubisoft, Gearbox, and then in the middle there was there's a little Game Fest thing, I think.
The Guerrilla Collective was before those things, I think.
Yeah, but so we're gonna go over some of the. We're not gonna go over everything because obviously not everything needs to be talked about. We'll talk about some of the major things, but as I was in Adam's chat watching him stream it, I was telling him that I was void of life, and
Yeah, I was pretty boring.
Yeah, you can probably see in my face, but I'm very much just waiting for tomorrow to come because I'm hoping for more and bigger news. But let's start off by talking about what Ubisoft had. I know you were talking about it in your stream, the Rainbow Six Extraction. What did you think of the game, first of all?
Looks good. Like, they're putting in a lot of work. It looks exciting. And this team has proven itself that they can add a lot of stuff, they can do a lot of stuff, and it can be good. My only concern is, and again, we don't know a lot. It doesn't feel to me like a full package. Like, it looks like a fun little co-op experience, but it didn't seem like there was a campaign. It didn't seem like there was a structure really, other than go in and play with your friends. And it's $60. So I'm a little concerned about that, but there's also like a ton of operators. Like, they've only revealed that half the operators that they're going to have in the game. So maybe there's a lot of content that we just don't know about. Maybe there's a really robust leveling system. I don't know. Right now, cautiously optimistic because I like the mechanics of Siege and I like Siege itself, but
it's weird that they wouldn't. I mean, I don't know that it would be capable of attaching it onto Six, like Rainbow Six Siege, but yeah, that $60 price tag's kind of off-putting.
Yeah.
And for something that kind of just looks like not to say like a zombies, like a Call of Duty zombies type thing, but just something very similar to.
It looks like a little more involved than that, but yeah, you're not wrong. Like, it does look like a game mode that you could throw into a bigger game, and then that would be, what you're dealing with. But yeah,
yeah.
I mean, we'll find out. It's coming out in September, right? So it's like it's not too long a wait. If my friends get it, if like the people around me get it, I'm very excited to play it. It's just the matter of playing that, like having the group of people, right? And so that's all.
When you talking about that, you like the actual game, but it's just a little too like out of your how are you phrasing it? You like Rainbow Six Siege, but you were saying that
it's a little it's sweaty. It's it's just a lot. You have to really commit to it. Yeah. And I think there's only a certain amount of there's only a space in a person's life for a few of those kinds of games. And mine's really eaten by something like League of Legends and Halo and those games. And I find it really hard to play Siege casually. So this is like a welcome thing where it's like I could play with my friends and do that, and that's very exciting. But yeah, I hope that there's more than they're letting on is what I'm saying right now, because I really want it to be good. I don't want anybody to. I want this game to be very good, and I want it to come out, and I want to really like it. But we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. Sticking with Rainbow Six, there is a new, I believe, operator that is coming, Thunderbird.
Yeah.
And they are also going to establish crossplay and cross progression.
Very exciting.
That's the Rainbow Six news. Then we got a little bit of an update on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Obviously, the first set of the DLC has already come out, and now they are promoting that the second DLC is still coming in the summer, apparently.
Yes, so second DLC is coming in the summer.
Months. Yeah. So they didn't put a definitive date on that, but
like August or something. Because it's a big. From what I understand, this is a bigger DLC. Like, this is a big DLC. Like, this is the one that they sort of like, oh, this is the big one. So, yeah, like this is the
invasion of Paris.
Yeah, but like to sort of compare it to Odyssey, this is like the first one was like that smaller like Brotherhood one, and then this one's like the big because it's a new environment, new everything. So, very interested in that.
Yeah. We also got to see a little bit more of, well, more story cinematic trailer for Far Cry 6.
Also to go back to Assassin's Creed really quick, they teased a third DLC,
Right.
another season of DLC, another year of DLC, and this is a bit of a leak that came out a while ago that it's called Meteor is what it's codenamed, and it's a like expansive DLC, and it's because the other Assassin's Creed game that they're working on right now is not, apparently needs a lot more time, and they want it to be next gen exclusive, and they want more consoles in the wind, so that will come out in 2023, and then 2022 we will get more AC Valhalla DLC. So just interesting to see what they do. Like Muspelheim is like a big part of it apparently. So go back to sort of the stuff that we saw, in the base game with like Odin and all that. So it's exciting.
What is the gap? I mean, I can look it up right now, but is it a 3-year gap between Odyssey to Valhalla in terms of games?
Just one. No. Yeah, just a one. It was so the way they did it was there was a 1-year gap between Syndicate and Origins, and then Origins to Odyssey, and then Odyssey gap year Valhalla.
Sorry, I'm just looking it up. I'm in
because Odyssey was 2018, so we didn't get a game 2019. We got a game 2020.
Okay, so he didn't give me fucking weird. Okay, yeah, Odyssey was 2018 October 2nd, and so yeah, we got.
Yeah, they've only taken 2 gap years, and this will be the third one, presumably, because we're not getting. They've not made any intention known of releasing Assassin's Creed games, so we might actually get 2 gap years, which is a little shocking for the series, unless of course they do just say next year we are dropping it, and we'll see.
That's fair, very fair. So, like I was saying before, we got to see a little bit more of Far Cry 6, a little bit of a cinematic trailer there, and then we also got to see a weird like spin-off of what's going to be in Far Cry 6, where you play as the villains from the past.
The season pass. And Far Cry, if you're not familiar with Far Cry season pass, they're almost always very different. Like Far Cry 5 had a Vietnam DLC, an Alien DLC, like on Mars and something else. Like they like to go crazy with it, which is I think actually really fun. Like use the platform that you have to make new stuff. And this one, it seems like they're going all out. Like they're going back to the old games, making a big deal about the villains. So it looked really cool, honestly. Like the coolest stuff that I've seen from Far Cry 6 was that season pass so far, which I'm very excited. I'm still a little like, the game's not coming out until October. Why are you talking about the season pass? Like, like I get that you want to be excited, you want to sell it, but like relax. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. Like, what did you think?
I'm always just so weirded out by Far Cry games, to be honest with you. I never know what's really going on in those games. It's really hard. I think the last like Far Cry game that I really got into was 3 with Voss and all that. And I just like, I don't know, those games for me are hard to get into and like stick with it for a while.
There's a lot in them.
Yeah. So.
Also, I think some first person open world games are, I don't know, they feel a lot more inaccessible than like third person ones in a way, I feel like, at least personally.
Yeah. Talking about another game that I really just a game that I couldn't get into and they still are heavily working on is the Watch Dogs Legion DLC.
It looks cool. The Legion's DLC, it's zombies. It looks cool.
They had to bring back the
one that they just announced. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. They had to bring back the two, like first of all, the main character from the first game, Aiden Pierce, and then they brought back, I think, what was everyone's favorite character from 2, Wrench, right? I think that's.
I didn't play 2.
Well, 2 was I like 2. I like 2 to be perfectly honest. And I played Legions. I was not happy playing Legions.
None too pleased.
No, it was not great, and I did not need to be reminded that was a game. But continuing on,
I will say, but to be fair, the zombie DLC for Legion looks fun. It looks like a Bloodline, or no, it's not Blood. It's I don't know. It's like co-op zombie shooter. It looks kind of fun. I'm not gonna play it.
Yeah,
but it looks fun.
Yeah. Moving on, we still have some smaller announcements. There's the Rocksmith, which is like the
Don't even get me started on that
thing that the game, or I don't know,
Rocksmith Plus. It's a subscription service.
Yeah, that teaches you how to play guitar. Apparently,
well, I don't know why they would show that here. By the way, it's just so stupid. So
it
stupid.
Was weird. Very weird.
And it was like the second thing. It was the thing they showed right out. It killed a lot of the momentum for me. But yeah, very dumb. Ubisoft, don't show non-games at your gaming thing.
Then we have Just Dance 2022. Again,
they have to show it. It outsells. Right. It sells fucking goo bucks.
Then we got Riders Republic, which is what I thought was I don't know. It's like a multi. It's
like an everything game.
Yeah, it's like a multi I don't even want to call it like a sport. I guess
like
it's
extreme sports.
Extreme sports. Yeah, that's the better phrasing for it, because it's like off-road biking or off-trail biking, snowboarding, jetpacking, wingsuiting with jetpacks.
The thing where you have a parachute. It's like parasailing, but you have a fan behind you, so it's not like parasailing. It's like whatever that is. It
was something.
I mean, it looks cool. Again, the trailer just like throws 9,000 things at you, doesn't explain any of them, and then walks away. So it's like, it's just confusing. Like, and it's coming out September 2nd. So again, we'll find out more.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that was
again, it's thing. Just not like a giant thing, not like a big announcement. So it's like it's hard to like, there are people who got really excited for it, and like more power to them. It's just not. And I think I speak for both of us. We're not giant sports games guys.
No.
I know you play Madden because you love football, but I'm only playing a sports game if Nintendo's making it, because then it's fun. But yeah, like I'm just not. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Then moving on, I think we got our last two big announcements. First, we'll talk about what Adam thinks is the biggest, which was Mario plus Rabbids.
Not the biggest, but certainly my favorite.
Yeah.
I think it would have been the biggest surprise personally. We've known they've been I mean, we'll get to it, but sort of explain. We've known they were making that Avatar game for like 5 years. And the only thing was I didn't think they were going to make a sequel to this game, just because. So yeah, sorry, continue.
Well, it's a high quality game, and so obviously that's why you would put it up there in terms of like
100%.
We I'm pretty sure it got leaked yesterday that it was going to be shown, correct?
This morning, about 8 hours ago, it showed up on the eShop, which is shocking because Nintendo usually does not leak those things. But I guess the problem was like Nintendo wasn't handling the reveal, and there was some crossed wire. So yeah, it just kind of showed up on the eShop, and we were like, oh, sparks of hope. And so the game we're talking about is the sequel to Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, the tactical shooter that came out 2017. I don't know. Great game, great first game. This one looks to be also fun. So
yeah, Nintendo, kind of all over the place in the last week.
I will say that. Yeah, it's a little. I'm shocked that they let Ubisoft reveal it, but then again, Ubisoft is making it, so.
They're gonna have their whole own direct on
on Tuesday.
Yeah,
that's very exciting.
Yeah, unfortunately, did not get a Switch Pro this week. So
yeah, I mean,
but
we'll see. I mean,
who knows what's going on there?
I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo held it just to spite people. That would be very funny to me.
That seems like a likely story.
Spite leakers, like, hey, don't leak our shit. We're just gonna make you guys look stupid. It wouldn't shock me. But yeah, it looks like they're actually. Quick side note: they're changing some stuff about the gameplay where it's like. Almost it looks like there's no more block, like it's grid. It's not grid based anymore. It's like you can move in a certain unit range, almost like League of Legends. And yeah, it's fascinating stuff, honestly, and I'm very excited to see more about it. It comes out next year. So again, we should say the games Ubisoft has coming out this year are Riders Republic, Rainbow Six, Extraction, and Far Cry 6.
With the Assassin's Creed DLC.
And the Assassin's Creed. Everything else is 2022.
Talking about 2022, the Avatar game. Finally got to see you look at it. It
looked good. Like
it did look very good.
Visually gorgeous. First person. It looks to be a first person open world game too.
Yeah, I was like, it was in and out of like third, like it looked like at first it was third person, and then it showed a lot more of the first person stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a tweet about someone saying like, dude, I wonder how PlayStation and the DualSense is going to work. One of the scenes where they attach the
I did see
fucking
that
thing.
tweet. I did see that tweet. I did see that tweet. Like, pretty
uh,
funny.
just playing Ratchet and Clank, and having the DualSense controller with the adaptive triggers has been an experience already. That joke is just gonna
Maybe
be
not a
something
good
like,
one. But
yeah, it's just gonna be a running like gag with every game that comes to
yeah,
PlayStation from now
yeah.
on that has something to offer with the DualSense.
I
So
can't wait. I mean, I can't wait to have my hair penis touch another hair penis and feel the hair penises tingle together in my dual sense. Just
Lord.
But yeah, it looks first. I mean, the stuff. See, my thing is, if it was third person, they probably wouldn't have showed anything first person, right? But like, it looked like and all that stuff looked in engine, and yeah,
The engine was
Snowdrop.
Snowdrop. Okay,
So the same one that they use for the Division.
gotcha.
But yeah, it looks really good. I'm shocked at how good it looks, and I think the biggest surprise is 2022. Like, it's
Yeah,
coming out next year, which is shocking.
yeah. 2022, obviously, not putting like a month on it, but all of it very good in terms of, you know, we got God of War at the Game Awards, correct?
No,
Um,
God of War was the very last thing of the state of play in July.
okay.
It was literally just the logo, and it said 2021, and then like right before or right after the Horizon thing, it got delayed to 2022.
Gotcha.
Right after
Right.
Horizon State of Play.
Gotcha. Yep. So that was all that Ubisoft had to show.
What did you think of the
Um,
show? As a whole, what did you think of it?
I'm not just, that one was 90 minutes, right?
That one was, yeah, not full
And
90 minutes. I think it was just over an hour. I think it was like an hour 15.
yeah, honestly, it's so much different when I like think about if Xbox showed all these games and I knew these things were coming to Game Pass and such. Um, I feel like when you have so little to show, but you have to try to make up so much time in these videos that it just like kills like any. And obviously, you wait to the end to get something like
Avatar,
an
yeah.
Avatar.
Or an Elden Ring, but we'll talk about that. We should talk about that too, because that could kind of be like an E3 thing. Maybe we could talk about it a little bit later.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, man. I give it like a 4. I don't
yeah,
know.
I don't think it was. I think, yeah, I'd say like a 6. I think the thing is getting the one thing leaked, taking that out of the equation, like that's exciting. I just think having the devs come in and talk like is cool, but also it's too much time. And like I think what everybody wants is more something akin to what we get from Xbox and Nintendo and Sony, where it's just announcement, maybe a little bit of the dev talking, but announcement, and you don't have to keep it. It doesn't have to be, 90 minutes.
Right.
Let it be an hour. Let it be 45 minutes. Nintendo, the longest they've done is 50 minutes, and there's nothing more hype in video games than a Nintendo Direct. Like, plain and simple, nobody gets more hype for those things than like the gaming populace gets the most hype for those. So like, I think more people need to look to that and copy that. And I get that what you're trying to do, but like, ultimately, I think it's better if you show more and tell less. And that's where I think we're at with a lot of these people, like Ubi and Gearbox.
I just think what is more beneficial to them with the devs talking is for games that you don't have like any knowledge of. And so with Rainbow Six Extraction, like, yeah, is it slightly different game? Yeah, there's different objectives and such that are into that. And so I could understand explain that. But if you had gotten someone to talk to me about the Avatar game just a little bit, I would have been 10 times more involved with that than I am with Extraction, because obviously I haven't played Rainbow Six Siege, but I'm assuming that everything outside of just going
all
and
the
putting
mechanics are the same, except for like gadgets,
Right. I mean, I'm just not into that. And like they talked for a good portion of
The other thing is like they had this cinematic trailer, the devs talk, and then they had a gameplay run through. It's like, why not just show that cinematic trailer, which you spent a lot of money on? And then why not just have the gameplay walkthrough? Like, I don't need the middle thing of that because, like, I'm honestly can't tell you a single goddamn thing they said during that thing. I don't remember any of it. I don't, except for the one lady who looked very happy to be working on the game. Good for her. But like, yeah, I just think with the exception of the Mario thing, because those like that was like more fun. It was more fun. It was light. They like actually had production on it. And the guy seemed like genuinely happy. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I think the best part of the conference was hearing them talk about the game they're making. And I was like, I was very like excited that they were happy making it. Yeah. So again, you're right. It's too long. Like a lesser thing, but like again, we did get some good stuff.
yeah.
We
Well,
got the Avatar, we got the Mario, we got Extraction is good, and Far Cry 6. So
in their mind, Extraction is a full-fledged game that deserves probably, in their minds, a lot of time. But obviously, in our minds, it's
we just have to see more. Like again, if there is the content to back up that price tag, I'm all in. It's just my only worry is that there's not the content isn't there. Like that is my biggest worry is that there's not enough content to back up the price tag. But yeah, so all in all, I think we both agree it was like a little bit of a lesser conference, but better than what it was followed up by.
Yeah, Gearbox. I mean, just
don't give them a show.
Just a whole lot of nothing. They did more talking about the movie that they're putting out for Borderlands,
which is exciting. Like, good for them, but like, I'm here for games,
Yeah, this was a show for video games, and we didn't get to see more of the Tiny Tina's Wonderland game, which was weird. I thought we would definitely see a lot more of that.
It's just a shame almost because like everything that was cool here was announced at Summer Games Fest. Yeah. So it's like, why did you have this? Like, it was Homeworld 3, it was that Viking game, and it was Tiny, and then everything else I literally could not give a rat's ass about.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that was just it, but then you did say you don't give a rat's ass. I was going to say the Godfall stuff, that didn't get you fucking hyped. No,
and it's just like, so like, honestly, this was ass. Yeah. Like ass, and they should
30 minutes though. 30 minutes.
It was brief. It was brief, but like even still, like the
content sucked.
Yeah, there was nothing there. Do a press release with some trailers. Like, honestly, like it's almost like Ubisoft should have been this length, if not a little bit longer, and then Gearbox should have been a press release. Yeah. And I get why everybody they're excited, they want to be back at E3, but like you did not have the stuff. You did not have the guns to be a part of this. So
yeah.
So
yeah. So with that being said, how about we talk about Jeff Keighley's start to the week with
it was almost like a precursor to like E3 week. I think I almost feel like it was like a little kickoff. Wow, what an event. This one was also long.
Yeah, but at least Jeff Keighley does.
But there was like 40 announcements.
Yeah, and Jeff Keighley does like a really good job of like always being enthusiastic, and
the pace is always very clippy too.
Yeah, and it like he never drops like off. Like he gives every game the same kind of like excitement level that we got Elden Ring, but there was also a lot of other things that we got to see that Jeff Keighley just kind of making it all seem like it's the same, and honestly good on him. But some stuff to talk about here, and also him and fucking Jeff Goldblum
was so horny.
Dude,
so horny. It was so good. It was so horny. No, it was weird. It was fucking weird, especially for a park building game. Like it's Jurassic World Evolution 2. Like Jeff Goldblum did not need to be like,
he's so fucking funny, dude.
No, he's hilarious. It was just like very off-putting for the moment. But yeah, like that was something. That was certainly something.
I see Keighley tweet out that like he has rehearsals and everything. I wonder if like Goldblum even like rehearsed anything.
Absolutely not. He showed up. He said,
he's like, you'll get what you get from me. And and Jeff Keighley's like, I'll just have to play off of it. But that man, it was for that reveal, it was just so funny. Like the whole lead up to it, I'm like, this is gonna be nothing, but this is really funny. Yeah. And it was well worth it. But that was Jurassic World Evolution 2 was one of those announcements. I don't know that we're gonna go through every single
No, I think we should
announcement.
go through the big ones. So the Tiny Tina's Wonderlands was
Was
announced here. It was the first thing announced. Again, looks cool. Whatever. We talked about it, and then the last thing announced, and I think this is important, was Elden Ring and a gameplay trailer. And I think it's interesting because like I think the middle of the show plateaued a little bit and was like a little bit boring, but you had such high highs at the start and high highs at the stop, so that like it almost elevated the whole show.
yeah,
Um,
another one of those games that was at towards the end. There was Evil Dead, which I
Evil
thought,
Dead looked really cool, actually.
yeah,
Yeah. Looks fun. Like again, I'm a little. I'm starting to get more hesitant about these 4v1 co-op games or multiplayer games because you need 5 people or 4 other people to be playing at the same. It's a lot, but the mechanics looked good. It looks better than all of its peers in that space. Like it looks better than Dead by Daylight. It looks better than Friday the 13th. Like visually, Predator looks better than all those games.
yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, that one looked really exciting.
There was Vampire the Masquerade,
Bloodline, right?
Blood Hunt,
Or Blood Hunt. Yeah,
which is a
Bloodline's
vampire battle royale.
Oh, it is a battle
Uh,
royale.
yeah, so
Don't
interesting.
know. Don't know.
I mean, we all know that because of games like Fortnite and PUBG and Warzone, we're moving towards that. At least every now and then we're gonna get a game that tries a battle royale in some weird way.
Yes, but this is like actually like offensive because like the original game is such a story driven RPG. Like it is about society. No, I hate to like be that, but like it's no, but it's like about this underground vampire society and like how these people interact with like how vampires deal with their own philosophies and their existence and how they interact with people and like the factions, and it's so interesting. And then it's just like, yeah, let's jerk off a battle royale. Like, let's just shoot out a battle royale. Like, what are you doing? And it's really worrying to see how this IP is being handled because, it is that first game is like really special. It's a special game, and this is worrying. It's a worrying thing. Like again, who knows? Maybe it's good. You never know. But it's definitely worrying to me as a person who has a lot of respect for the first Vampire the Masquerade, like a lot of respect, and was sort of hoping that the second one would be good. But so I don't know.
Yeah, that's all very fair. Going back to earlier middle part of the show, another great wholesome interaction between Jeff Keighley and his close friend Hideo Kojima, announcing the Death Stranding director's cut slash PS5 announcement. Adam, obviously you are the resident
He's delivered.
Death Stranding fan here.
He comes down from the heavens every however many years, speaks, enraptures us all, and then he leaves. No, but honestly, what a great trailer, by the way.
He fucked around with the Metal Gear thing for like a full like 3 minutes.
No, but it's really so fascinating because it's like he like it's on the shelf.
Yeah.
And he brings it off the shelf. And I think a lot of context is really important. And like, he brings Metal Gear out and like I think the point is that he was sort of thinking about himself and his own creative process, right? And it's like I think for a second he was entertaining going back to something like Metal Gear. And he gets inside and he's comfortable and then he shoots back out and puts it back on the shelf and presses onward. And I think that's so interesting because I think that's exactly what Kojima is trying to say about his work right now. Because a lot of the talk that he's like, I need to rethink my philosophy entirely. Like I can't predict the future because I can't predict the far future because he made Death Stranding and then we lived in Death Stranding literally a year later. Like actually, like legitimately, like it's insane that how accurate he was in predicting the world, like what happened to the world. Like I'm not saying that Kojima has some, he knows about COVID, but like it is scary. It's like Simpsons level scary of like what he was able to predict about how society would react to that kind of thing. And just hearing him talk about like how it's such a big event that he needs to rethink the way he makes video games, like akin to 9/11. He said 9/11 a lot, which was pretty funny. But yeah, really interesting to sort of get into the mind of probably the most prolific and important video game auteur With the exception of maybe like somebody like Todd Howard, but like legitimately like very, very interesting to hear his thought process on that. And honestly, my favorite part of just the show, in the sense that like it's just fascinating to hear him talk. Like
Yeah.
he is a, and like yes, hype is good, but like I think there's like actual substance, like there that you miss in a lot. Like it was very candid. I'm not going to talk about it too long because I could literally talk about it for 45 more minutes. But yes, Death
Well,
Stranding on PS5 also exciting.
I think there is something in there to talk about. We all know that he has a project working for Xbox now.
Yeah, Jeff Grubb was like, yeah, there's a deal, which is fascinating.
Jeff Keighley tried to get that out of him,
Yeah.
obviously. Do you think that, and he obviously said he downplayed it and said that he doesn't know or what so. Do you think he was saving something for tomorrow?
It could be fascinating if he was. Honestly, if it is, I think it's just they bring him on and he says it. I don't think they show anything. I think that game is 4, 5, years out probably. Maybe not, but like again, it would be really cool if they did. Like more Kojima the better, but yeah, I honestly wouldn't expect it. And if it was, it would be sort of like, I think like the big surprise of the show, like, like something that they're going to go all out. And if they do show that game, I think Phil's going to be like, yeah, it's giant. We're giving him $1 billion,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm fascinated to see what happens, but, I don't think that's quite yet. I think again, and we could talk about like maybe a little preview of Microsoft at the end, like what we're expecting, but,
True.
I don't think they want to put all their eggs in this year's basket, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. So then the final thing is obviously
final big thing. There was like 40 announcements. Yeah.
Final big thing. Elden Ring. We finally got it. Got the monkey off of Jeff Keighley's back.
He's out of gamer prison.
He's out of gamer prison. I watched it first time on my phone watching Adam stream.
Yeah, that's tough. That's
tough. Adam texted me. He's like, "What did you think of it?" And I was like in the middle of myself like streaming when that happened. Yeah. When he texted me, I was like, "I don't know about it, man." I was like, did not look good. And he's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like,
I was like,
all right, let me go watch the 4K trailer really quickly. It looks really good.
Yeah.
However, like I was telling Adam, it looks super Dark Soulsy to me, which is obviously not my favorite types of game. But I think that because of all the hype that Elden Ring has, obviously
you're gonna get it. You're gonna play it for 2 hours.
I will succumb and buy the game and play it until it pisses
you off an hour now.
Yeah. So, but obviously, it looked very nice. Open world, which is
very exciting. And also, like, sure, the fidelity isn't like the most crazy. Like, it doesn't look like Demon Souls. It literally looks worse than the Demon Souls that we got. Like, like it looks worse than Demon Souls. It is cross-gen. It is coming out on Xbox. It's coming out on
January of 2022.
PS4. January 21st, 2022. Yeah. It's probably getting delayed. But but the art direction's gorgeous. Like there's this one shot of like these spires and like all this green land behind it and like the horses jumping on like this taller spire to lower. It just looks gorgeous. Yeah, again, this is the highlight of the show with the exception of Kojima for me, because that's sort of like proven, like we know what that. But it like you said, even like for a guy, you don't like Dark Souls, you don't play those games. It's just like there's a dragon catching a lightning bolt. Like it's cool. The world looks cool. FromSoft is never missed, at least since Demon Souls, I guess. But yeah, it's really exciting. Like everybody, the whole internet was sitting there with bated breath for 2+ years, or literally 2 years actually, exactly 2 years on the day, and or just
yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 2 years
on the day. Yeah, and I think we're gonna get a pattern because I think that was actually yesterday. 2 years yesterday was Breath of the Wild 2, and I think we're gonna get sort of the reintroduction of that on Tuesday. But yeah, just like sitting there it was just a great moment. Keighley was like just so excited, like really like genuinely excited, and it was just really great to see.
That was the best show. That was like a
It was a
7
great
to
show.
8 for me.
Yeah, like
Obviously, it
yeah, there
has a
was some
lot of the
boring
middle
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, like boring stuff in the middle, but like when there's like really good announcements and you get like fun stuff like Kojima talking and Elden Ring and Tiny Tina's Wonderlands.
Solar Ash. We got to see a little
Solar
snippet of
Ash,
Solar
which
Ash.
the trailer was a bit meh, I'll say. Like it looked like it was literally 50 seconds of boss gameplay.
Yeah.
Um, which, that game still looks gorgeous, and especially I don't know where you are in Ratchet and Clank, but you get an item in Ratchet and Clank that looks like the same movement as a Solar Ash. So I'll say if you've played Ratchet and Clank to completion, you should be and enjoyed said item. You should be very excited for Solar Ash because that looks to be almost identical to the kind of movement, and I adore the movement. So yes, Keighley so far did the best.
Yeah,
I'd say
of
for
course.
Summer Games Fest, Ubisoft, Gearbox is what I'd say, and then Koch Media. That thing was shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't have to talk about that.
No, we're not going to. So, with that being said, would you like to? I mean, we already did like a predictions kind of thing for.
Like super quick, we could just like talk about some like not predictions, like expectations. Are we excited? I think that'd be good. Especially because they both sort of talked that I think Xbox is 90 minutes. Is what they said. And I don't know how long Square Enix is, but they've told us what's going to be there a bit. So
yeah, and obviously a lot less known about Xbox, so there's mystery to what they're going to do. And Square, we do know a lot of their stuff, and so having that nice mix of knowing what we're going to get and not knowing what we're going to get obviously keeps the level of excitement up there. I think the one thing for me with Xbox presentation is it's just gonna be so, and all their presentations since Game Pass has become a thing.
Yeah,
it's gonna be centered.
Past like 3 years, yeah.
Yeah, there's stuff with Bethesda. It's gonna be Game Pass centered. Everything they reveal is gonna be Game Pass centered. Obviously, we're gonna be looking for Halo Infinite to get a better look of that game. Starfield, and hopefully some other games that aren't announced, and maybe the one rumor that I saw this past week that I mentioned to Adam was, Persona making a jump over from, being PlayStation exclusive to being a Game Pass game, which
that would be crazy.
It'd be really hyped for me because I just recently really got into Persona and I'm in love with it. So, but for Xbox, for me, honestly, as long as they show me Halo again.
Oh, that's happening.
Yeah, but like I want to see like a lot of Halo. If they took like 15 to 20 minutes to show, I don't know that I need.
I have a question though, real quick. Would you rather see 15 to 20 minutes of Halo, or would you rather see 15 to 20 minutes of Starfield with like an explanation?
Probably Starfield though.
Yeah,
I know. Like
my thing is, I'd like a match of multiplayer and another campaign demo. I don't need the world.
We don't need another cinematic trailer, but I'm guaranteeing that we're probably gonna get one of those anyways. I think
it'll all be gameplay though. If we get a trailer, it's all in-engine gameplay. I don't think they'll do another CG trailer. We will see cutscenes that are in the game and gameplay. I don't think we're not getting like another of that first one with the helmet.
Yeah.
We're getting gameplay.
Floating in space and all that. Yeah. So I would definitely take the Starfield, obviously, just because we haven't seen anything from it. But
it's it's not at Elden Ring yet, but it's close. Of like people talking about it and really hype. Like it's almost like it's like Elden Ring. It's like Breath of the Wild 2, Elden Ring, and then Starfield, and they're like all like sort of like each kind of moving up and down, passing each other as like often as they can.
Right. So those are the things I'm excited for and expecting. But what about your side of things?
Again, Halo, like we sort of talked about. There was an interesting rumor. It wouldn't show up here, but I just want to throw it out there, get people thinking. There's an interesting rumor that Microsoft was looking at IO Interactive for acquisitions. Rocksteady, NetherRealm, and Crytek.
Right.
Which is giant things. Obviously, I don't think they talk about that here, but like that's really fascinating to look at. And I think a big part of like seeing what their strategy is this year could very easily sort of indicate what they want to do with those studios and if they were thinking about buying them. So, but in terms of solid games, whatever Arcane Austin is working on, that Project Omen thing, I need to know about it. Please, 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 please. Starfield, Halo, and I want to see stuff that's coming out this year and early into next year,
Yeah.
and maybe a hint at stuff that's coming later. Like, I'm cool with waiting a year. Like, I don't need to see Perfect Dark again. I don't need I would like to see Everwild though.
I was upset. I did see a rumor that, I don't know if it was a rumor or if it was confirmed, that Avowed is not going to be shown at the E3.
Jeff Grubb, here I have a list.
Yeah, I saw that and I was slightly disappointed because obviously when we were doing our predictions,
yeah, we were both kind of amped.
Yeah, we both. I think Avowed was one of my things where I was like, I would very much like to see something from that. Obviously, we still have Fable, but like Fable is one of those things that is just,
it's 2023, 2024,
Yeah, it's too far out there. But now Avowed not even getting apparently not being in the showcase. Gotta wonder where that's at.
But I don't think that's coming out until late next year.
Yeah,
if not 2023.
I don't know that in our predictions we talked about this, but now that Avowed is out of there, and I thought about it more in terms of Game Pass, I would like to see Outer Worlds 2.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's a very likely thing. They'll probably have that fucking the fucking Halcyon announcer guy. I don't know what his fucking name is, but the dude that makes all the announcements for all their DLCs and everything. I think they'll make a Outer Worlds 2 announcement here.
I think it's early, but I'm interested to see.
I honestly think there were places, and I can't remember for sure. But the last time I logged in for the second and last DLC, I'm still sure there were planets that were locked or
interesting. Like another DLC, or do you think a full-on sequel?
No, I think it'll be a full-on sequel. I just don't know if it'll take. It's weird because I'm saying that it seems possible that it would take place in the same universe, like the same galaxy of Halcyon, but also like I don't know,
stuff.
like. Yeah, it would be with a whole new crew and cast of characters and everything.
Let me posit something at you.
Yeah.
So what if we got the Avowed trailer last year? We get a Outer Worlds 2 trailer this year, Avowed gameplay next year, and then Outer Worlds 2 gameplay the year after. Is that a cycle that you think maybe works here?
I wonder if it's just a matter of like, we're still in COVID time, like partial COVID times where things are a little bit constricted. And so for me, I think a trailer is very possible for 2 this year, but I wouldn't be surprised if next year, if they have a full on at E3 kind of showcase, if like everyone just kind of splurges and kind of goes all out, like we could see all those things in terms of gameplay, because obviously we're gonna. This is the hope that Halo comes out this year.
I'm sorry, it's coming out this year, Adam, guarantee.
So with that being said, I mean, they probably won't have another big thing to show except for probably maybe Starfield gameplay,
which is big.
Right, absolutely. But I think they'll also sprinkle in those kind of smaller games like Avowed and Outer Worlds gameplay.
I think Avowed's a big game. I think Avowed's a giant game.
Really?
By the way. Yeah. This is where I sort of like I'm like a little cautious on what you're saying, where I think the team that was making Outer Worlds is making Avowed. And that's why until Avowed comes out, we're not, or there's a lot of overlap of the people who came over to work on Avowed, which is why I think we'll get Avowed and then we'll get Outer Worlds 2.
Yeah.
But who knows? You could entirely be right. They have like 3 or 4 teams. Like that studio is a workhorse.
Yeah, and Outer Worlds was very highly received when it came out. It was obviously in that period of 2019.
2019, yeah. Late 2019.
It made in terms of the Game Awards, it made it into the discussion of Game of the Year.
Yeah.
So something that obviously there was I think that was like a slow year. I think it was probably one of those slower years of
It was
the
it was like
industry.
Death Stranding, Sekiro,
Sekiro.
Control,
Yeah, it
which are
was
all
a
great, phenomenal games.
yeah, but we'll see. I think that's like a known quantity and something that
Mhm.
you can associate to the Game Pass
It would be
kind of.
hype, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's just something that you can associate to Game Pass and be like, yeah, this is a kind of like a trademark to Game Pass. It's a high
Yeah.
quality game, and they're just going to do another one, and it's going to be well worth the Game Pass expense.
Yeah. Also, I'm very excited to see Battlefield gameplay. I also have the list. So he said, do not expect these at Xbox. Avowed, Perfect Dark, Fable, Hellblade 2, and IOI's Project Dragon.
Wow, we're not going to see Hellblade 2.
I think we'll see it at Game Awards again. I think it'll come out early next year.
That's just so it's just so surprising that we talked about in the video last time. Just it was the thing that was shown for the Xbox Series X, and so
I just think also like I don't think it was. I think it's like Death Stranding where they started working on it when they released that trailer.
Yeah.
I don't think it was like in development for super long time. But I will say there's one thing that could get me more excited than anything, and that is Xbox saying, Ubisoft, you're not gonna fucking do it, so we are. Take this fat check. The original Splinter Cell was Xbox exclusive. God in heaven, Phil Spencer, he took a bag of money and beat the shit out of Yves Guillemot. And he's making a new Splinter Cell. It's never going to happen. But it would be very cool if there was something where Xbox was like, we will help fund it. It's exclusive to our platform, like the original Xbox, like the original Splinter Cell was. Go crazy. But I don't think Ubisoft will ever go for it. But a man can hope. That's like my wildest dream expectation. But yeah. So
yeah. No. Anything you want to talk about for Square?
Excited. The new Platinum Games, they teased that their Babylon's Fall or whatever, for like 2 years ago, the thing with like the sword on the tendril and like, like the person had like a giant sword on like a tendril that was coming out of their back and they like, that kind of game. Mm-hmm. They teased that that's coming. There's a Guardians of the Galaxy game coming. I'm 100% certain of it. I think that is the Eidos Montreal game. I don't think it's like Avengers. I think it's a single player game. Avengers
I was listening to it kind of funny when they were talking about that Guardians of the Galaxy game, and I want to toss around an idea to you. So they were thinking, what's it going to be in terms of because they think it's going to be a single player game, mm-hmm. But do you think it's going to be in the perspective of just Star-Lord, where you just play as Star-Lord, or do you think it's going to have sections where you jump around from character to character?
What if it's not multiplayer at all? I would be really curious to see if it was like this big budget co-op, but not looter shooter, like full on like co-op, but like I don't think it will be. Yeah, I think it would be jump around. I think you would play as alternate characters. I think it would be like almost like Arkham, but more, more shifts to Nightwing or Gamora. I think you have to almost, like that's the
kind of what makes
identity,
Guardians. Kind of what makes Guardians, because as much as I like Star-Lord, obviously, they all have their unique quirks and everything, and so
power sets too, like
right. So I think that would be probably the most likely way they build that game, but who knows? We'll see. Hopefully.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, maybe something Final Fantasy related, Origins, 16.
I get all my Life is Strange stuff.
Yeah, so Life is Strange. Happy. Like just interested to see more. And yeah, so like Square's got a lot. Forspoken they have. So Square's got a lot. Xbox has a lot. Like that's the thing. Like Ubisoft, I kind of knew that they're cowards and they're babies and they'll never make a Splinter Cell game because they're pieces of shit. Fuck you, Yves Guillemot. Fix your company, make a Splinter Cell game. I'll kill you.
Jesus.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Like I knew that they were cowards. Gearbox has nothing, but like Xbox,
man,
yeah, has a lot. Square has a lot. So
had a lot to say about fucking Sam Fisher not getting the game.
How is Netflix going to show me more Splinter Cell than Ubisoft is? You tell me, Justin, because
he was in the what's it called?
I'm sick of playing as I don't even get to play as him. I just get to see him be old and walk around and beat the shit out of people. I want to be Sam Fisher. I want to be old and I want to beat the shit out of people. I just need video games that have a man and he has goggles and they got 3 lenses on him and they're green and his name's Sam Fisher. Literally, I don't want to play him in Rainbow Six Siege. I don't want to play him in Ghost Recon shit point. I want to play him in Splinter Cell, and I want to do the thing where he stands like this on 2 walls. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know if this could, correctly conveys it, but
okay. Where he's like, yeah, you get my point, people. If you played Splinter Cell, you know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. It's been so goddamn long since Splinter Cell, and I'm actively like, I understand I'm losing my mind, like begging for. Oh, the other thing is, super off topic, they didn't show anything about Beyond Good and Evil, so I don't think that game's ever coming out.
That's more of like a Sony thing, isn't it?
No, that is a Ubisoft. Like, it is not exclusive. It is Ubisoft. It's a Ubisoft game.
But I could have sworn the last time I saw it was for PlayStation. Like, it was like at a PlayStation event.
I think the last time we saw it was at an E3 at Ubisoft E3.
Okay.
Or an Xbox E3. I don't think Sony's ever shown Beyond Good and Evil. Yeah. But
well done.
I don't have anything else to add because I'm going to go on forever.
Well, we'll have more to say about it tomorrow, obviously. We will be back with another episode tomorrow to react to the Square and Xbox plus Bethesda showcases. Hopefully a lot better than today.
Yeah. But more exciting and happier news, hopefully. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. Let us know what you guys are expecting for tomorrow. I'll try to get this up as soon as possible and what you guys thought of today. And we'll catch you later. Peace.